the owner of Pink Pump, owner of Liquid Salon, and partial owner of 218, TAWNY Walker.
Hello.
Thank you for being my Skybox View of the Week and allowing me into your boutique.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have so much going on. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, where do you want to start?
TAWNY, you own Pink Pump. You're a female entrepreneur. You have a boutique outside of Metro Detroit in an exclusive elite area of Royal Oak. Let's talk about that.
Well, it's pretty cool. I've actually been in business for about 7 years now. So that's a milestone to hit the 5-year mark in retail. That's always really hard to do.
And you're still winning.
I'm trying to win. I'm not winning, but I'm trying to win.
Let's talk about that. How did that come about? Just a love for fashion or trying to make some money? Like, how did that come about?
Of course, trying to make some money, of course. Anyone who says, like, I'm only doing it because I love fashion, like, that's not true. We all want to make money. But actually, my love of beauty and fashion, I started my hair salon after I graduated from school. And from there, I just kind of revisited my passion for loving clothes and shoes and all the things that little girls want when they're young. And I just decided to like step out on a limb and start my own clothing store. And that was in like 2006. So now we have 6 locations.
Where did you graduate from, if you don't mind me asking?
Oakland University.
Oakland University. And you took that degree and you ran with it.
I took that degree and I said I'm never going back to school. So this is it, Mom. Like, enjoy it because I'm done. Like, I'm going to just be an entrepreneur. Like, I knew it from day one.
6 locations. Where?
I'm in Bloomfield Hills, a couple of doors down from my salon, so I have 2 locations there. Downtown Royal Oak, I have 3 locations. I'm in West Bloomfield. I'm also inside the Oakland Mall.
Wow, you are everywhere.
I'm trying to be.
Okay, so I noticed that I did some research on you. I went on the pinkpump.com.
Okay.
I noticed that female empowerment is a really important focus for you.
It is. I think that I always have this slogan. I always say that women motivate and girls hate. Because as women, we have to uplift each other.
Yeah.
We have to help each other. I'm not trying to give out everything that I know, but you do, to an extent, have to help and empower other women and help them to reach their goals and their dreams as well.
Right, and that's something that we were kind of talking about a little bit off camera when I told you about the Skybox View. It's kind of a way for me to bring together all these different women who are doing different things around the city, in the metro area, maybe in the inner city and on the outskirts, and amalgamate and see how much of a force we can be and how we can, I guess, help each other and use each other's resources. So I'm glad to have you a part of the Skybox View.
Thank you so much for having me. And I think what you're doing is super cool. I think anything that brings women together for a positive, anything positive, especially dealing with business, I think that's a great thing.
Thank you. Let's talk about some of your charity work, because I did notice on the website you've done some things as far as collecting shoes for women who are getting back into the workforce. What are some things that you've done, and what are some things that you look to do?
What we, materialistically, yes, we do donate clothes, shoes, monetary donations, but I think the biggest thing that you can donate is your time, and that's something that we all can do.
Right.
And I do that a lot, whether it's working with the Rhonda Walker Foundation with the girls there, or working with different girls and different organizations throughout the Metro Detroit area, coming in, speaking with them, helping to kind of inspire them and motivate them as well. I'm from the inner city.
Right.
I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Everything
and that's important to know. You're such a successful entrepreneur.
A lot
so
of
that's
people don't
an
know
important
that.
message that you have to send to the girls. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pontiac.
Okay.
My mom, we immigrated here to this country. I was like 3 months old when we came here.
Okay.
So we grew up literally like we didn't have any money.
Right.
And it was I think what shaped me into who I am today, because I couldn't afford things like going into a salon. I couldn't afford clothing and shoes. Everything was hand-me-down. And it wasn't just from like my sisters. It was from like whoever could help us.
Right.
So now like that I'm able to, I'm in the position where I can help someone else, like I have to. Like if I don't do it, like it's wrong, because it's kind of, you help someone else and then that cycle continues and you continue to give to one another.
So you're basically saying to me that when you are successful, giving back is inevitable.
You have to.
You have to.
It keeps the cycle going.
Right. TAWNY, you're so amazing. You have such a good spirit. Anything else you have going on as far as charity? You have anything coming up?
I think the next thing that we have coming up, well, right now we're collecting warm items that we can give out to the homeless at all of our Pink Pump locations.
So people can come in and
just drop it off. Yeah, just come and drop it off. Every Bloomfield Hills, Birmingham, here in Royal Oak, whatever's convenient, just whatever you have laying around, coats, gloves, hats, something that might not be of importance to you could mean the world to somebody else on a cold day.
So guys, if you have hats, scarves, especially with Christmas just passing, a lot of times kids don't want the old stuff, but it's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
Bring it down.
Absolutely.
And you're taking stuff for not just women, but for everybody.
And when I was young, I used to get so excited because we would get like coats and scarves and just like hand-me-downs from other people, things that people throw away, and we were like super excited to have it. So always think about that when you're going through your closet. Little things like that can help.
Okay, this is going to be a weird question, but let's talk about employment, because you are employing so many people. You have so many businesses, salons, boutiques. How does that work if somebody's looking to get a job as far as credentials? What are you looking for?
In the salon business, credentials, you have to have a clientele. You obviously have to be like certified through the state for whatever license, whatever area you're trying to get a job in. At this point, I'm really blessed because my salon is at the point where we're full, so I'm not actually accepting any new hires. As far as working at any of the boutiques, we always like to start people off as interns. Kind of show us what you can do. I interned when I was younger, and I learned a lot, and it also let me know whether or not this was a company I wanted to work for. And I think that's a good way for each other to fill one another out. So interning is always the best way. Especially during the slow season, like right after the holiday, no one's really hiring. So the best way, if you're like out here and you want to like get your foot in the door at any boutique or business, call and say, hey, I'm willing to intern. And if you're good and you're doing a good job, they will hire you in. One of my managers started as an intern.
And she's been with you for
a long time.
Okay, cool.
A couple years.
So you are a fashionista, and this is a boutique. You have to tell me, what are some of the hottest trends people are coming in for?
I love heels, and everyone knows that about me.
And you can show me too.
Oh my God, like I literally like don't own any flats. I love heels. So I'm a heels girl. So this season, what I really like is the single sole shoe is back. We all been wearing platforms. I love them. I'm not going to lie. I have some right now. But the single-soled shoe, I think, is super sexy. It's very classic, and it can take you from day to night very easy. So whatever setting I'm in, if I'm at the salon and I know I have, like, a business dinner, I can go right from day to night and transition. If I have on super chunky platform shoes, sometimes that doesn't transition as well into a business dinner. And, you don't want to come in there looking a little bit too dressed up or too vamped
Not
up.
for the street, for a business meeting.
So I love that trend. I am also a huge fan of the camouflage print.
Do you like those?
I
the cami
do.
pants?
I love it. I love it in moderation. Like, you don't want to be looking like you just joined the army.
That. What I've learned about camo is you can pretty much wear it with any color, as long as like your shirt and your top, your shoes and your shirt coordinate or something. I'm new to camo, so you got to help me with that.
But you have a houndstooth, so you're not afraid of print.
No, not at all.
And I love leopard. Print. I love leopard. Look. Well, I'm all about leopard. I love prints because you mix it with solids and it just pops. And it shows like you're a little daring. It shows your sense of fashion without really saying anything.
Risque.
Yes, I love leopard, love camo. I love pink, that's obvious. But I wear a lot of black. I try to like brighten it up today.
I like color. This though. Can you stand up and show people? Do you offer this here too?
Actually, this is from 218, the men's boutique that I co-own. And it's by Adidas Silver.
I like that.
And we don't carry the women's stuff at the store, but I always sneak in a couple personal items.
Like a woman,
should. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Adidas Silver. It's a very Japanese cut and look and feel. It's asymmetrical, and they play with textures and fabric. And I'm a huge fan of that because I'm not necessarily like a loud person when it comes to dressing, but I do like pops of color.
Right. Tawny Walker, owner of Pink Pump, Liquid Salon, partial owner of 218. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
One last thing. Any advice you can offer to somebody who's a female looking to become an entrepreneur who maybe, like you, didn't grow up with a silver spoon? What advice could you give her? For mentally to stay strong and just some solid sound advice.
You said mentally and then solid advice. Mentally, you have to be passionate about what you do, and people always say that. But like to keep it real, you have to take care of your credit. If you want to own a business, you have to treat your credit like it's gold because you can't open up any doors with bad credit if you want to be an entrepreneur. When you're starting out, your business hasn't established any credit, so everything is going to be based off personal credit. So I always tell people, like, they're like, oh, I want to own my own business, and I'm like, you have to take care of your credit. When you figure out what you want to do, legal and accounting are your two most important things. You have to have a very strong legal and accounting team. I talk to my attorney at least once a week, and I talk to my accountant at least once a day.
Wow,
Whether
once a day.
I do.
That's deep.
I do. Between running all 8 businesses, there's always something.
Right.
You know, between just, there's always a tax issue, there's always something, and I like to stay ahead of the game, so there's always something. So you have to really make sure that your foundation and your team is strong, because before you can go out there and do anything, you got to make sure everything's right.
Right. Thank you so much, Tawny, for having me in your boutique and sitting down and sharing all your business with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I totally enjoyed it, and I hope we do it again.
Of course, of course. Guys, make sure you check out the Skybox View of the Week each and every Sunday at 6:22 p.m. at Kamal Smith Show on Hot 107.5. Until next time, sky is the name and the limit.